All right, one more time. Stage 1, Tour de Zwift Turf N Surf for this one. And I'm going to do this one as a group ride first time around. I got the advanced layer planned for later this week, but legs haven't been great lately, and also morale hasn't been absolutely brilliant either, so I just want to get this one done. Sort of a recon ride here, and I just want to make sure that I'm familiar with the course again. It's been a while since I've done it, so just want to get to the front here because you only got 100 riders visible. So, all right. So what happens is if you get into the pen too late, you might be at, I don't know, P150 or something. And if you can only see 100 riders, they could easily be a group out front that you're not aware of. So always got to sprint out of the gate if you get a late entry, which is what I did. So like I said, for me, this ride is sort of a recon ride, and just to get the legs primed too, because I haven't been doing much racing here over Christmas and New Year's. Had a little bit of a bout with the flu or whatever it was, and I got to get my legs whipped back into race shape, and without getting totally destroyed, hopefully. So I figured I might do this one. Weapon of choice for today, Tarmac SL8, fully upgraded. NVSES Pro 4.5 wheels, as there's quite a bit of climbing in this one. So as usual in these group rides here, you have no idea who you're racing basically, unless of course you run into a name you know, but this is a joint cat. So all these people around me right now could be A+ riders, C riders, you know, all across the spectrum really. So you also want to pay attention and don't end up sitting on the wrong wheel, because all of a sudden gaps could develop in front of you. Even though it might seem a little bit innocent, but if the rider in front of you can't hold the wheel, suddenly maybe a 1 second gap becomes a 2 second gap. And you don't want that to happen if you're struggling. I almost forgot to change my bike. I was on the bench with a disc wheel. Just managed to pop in there and change it like 30 seconds before the start. While this course obviously is predominantly flat, you don't want to be carrying a disc wheel up those hills here. Unless, of course, you're one of them crazy power monsters with a 5-minute watts per kilogram like 6.0 or 6.5. And just, you know, take your pick. Doesn't really matter. But I have no such power, so I really got to think about what kind of equipment I use. And that being said, there are quite a few disc wheels in this pack, so I'm pretty sure things are going to hurt either way. Which is why I'm holding on to my feather. So anyway, like I said, I'm kind of treating this like a recon ride. The actual race later this week, meaning I'm going to go as deep as I can, but if I feel that something's off, I'm going to back off. I'm not going to bury myself completely, but we'll have to wait and see about that. So the climbs themselves aren't, you know, they're not that hard, but uphill, it's not really how hard the climb is. It's how hard it's written. So, and people are going to put the hammer down on these climbs. I all but guarantee you that. So, as always, if you enjoy watching me destroying myself on these things, or don't forget to leave me a like, possibly even give me a sub. I greatly appreciate it. Hey, if you want to throw some hype points my way, I greatly appreciate that too. You don't want to pop your feather now, you want to wait. And I want to get in the draft here. So popping your feather on the flats here, I don't get it. Unless, of course, you're crazy strong and just want to mock the rest of us, which is entirely possible. Somebody on a halo bike again. I got one of those, but do they actually make a difference? I still haven't figured that out because I haven't ridden it yet. Whoa, good numbers, eh? All right. All right. First climb done. Not as hard as I feared. Not as easy as I'd hoped. See, I want to get into the pack here, get some draft. I don't want to get spat out into the wind. So you really got to pay attention here. There's a lot of watts to be saved. Especially on a downhill like this. See, I'm doing next to no pedaling. And other people like doing 3.5. So. This is where I want to be. All right, this was the easy one. Next one is going to be about twice as long. Not quite as steep, I think, but I don't remember. But it's a good 5 minutes at least. So that's going to hurt either way, no matter how you pace it. And if there's somebody in here with a nice 6.0 for 5 minutes, well, hanging on to those guys is going to be an issue. For me, anyway. Those guys with the disc wheels are scaring the living bejesus out of me because I'm not sure whether or not they're either just indifferent or whether or not they just have so much spare power. All they're thinking about is the sprint. Here we go. Gonna hurt. Yep, be back in the draft. Doesn't matter much, but still a little draft to be had here. Wow, disc wheels. It's still hanging on. Well, I tried. Get a little go, but All right. That was okay, but I'm really not a sprinter.